So, a lot of you guys have been wondering how I clean my motocross goggles. Today I'm going to take you step by step how I clean my goggles. As you can see, these are pretty dirty. I've left them dirty on purpose for the past 2 days. I rode with these at a track called Rocco's Ranch. Dirt was like quite gritty, hard pack, but it was quite wet when I rode there. So these are pretty dirty, and yeah, let's get into doing it. Before I get into it, these goggles are the Scott Prospects. These are really good goggles, and yeah, I use them all the time. Scott's been helping out my team for the past 2 years, so I really enjoyed these goggles. Anyway, let's get right into it. First thing what I do is I unclip the 4 tabs at the 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Okay, now these 4 things are unclipped. What you want to do is just take out the lens. It's quite simple. Just after that, just move these up. Especially if you got the Prospects, all you got to do is move these up and then pull the sides apart like so, and then push this underneath here so it comes out, as you can see. And then do the same for this side. So just pull it apart, pull it under, and then it pops out. Okay, now normally I do this bit last, so I'm going to show you what I do with this. What you will need next is a washing machine. Normally I didn't used to put these in the washing machine. I just used to soak them in water, but yeah, I find it a lot easier now just to chuck it in a washing machine with all the rest of my gear. So I saved my gear from yesterday, and now I'm gonna wash it with these goggles. So let's go and do that. One thing I forgot to mention, you need to have a bag, otherwise the foam can start to peel on the back of the goggles, which is not the best. I've had it happen to 2 or 3 of my pairs of goggles before, so it's not the best idea. Just chuck them in the washing machine by themselves. So what we want to do is get a bag. So just put the goggles inside the bag. So I put my helmet pads in here as well, just so they don't get destroyed with my other kit as well. Then you just want to load it in the washing machine. So obviously you don't want to put it in it just like that by itself. Obviously we won't do that much damage to them, but it could. So what I'm going to do is put the rest of my kit in with my goggles. Okay, now that's in there, just need to start up on a normal wash. I'm not sure what type of wash I actually do it here, because it's Spain and there's just a little E logo. I'm guessing that means eco, so I'm just going to put it on the eco wash. Take a break from the goggles for a second and just ignore Kuba. Kuba! He's sleeping, kind of. Now that part is done, we've got to move on to the lens / roll-off system. The roll-off system's really good on the Scott Prospects. I really like them. I haven't had much problems with them. A couple of times I've had only one break in a race. So I'll just say that's pretty good for having them for 2 years. Okay, the next step is to take this roll-off system off the lens. So how you're going to do that is just by unclipping. Okay, it's quite simple. You just push your thumb into it, lifts up. I'm going to place that to a different side, and then do the same on this side. Now that is done, what we want to do next is just take out the old roll. That is that. There's still some roll left on this one here. So maybe I can use that in the future. I'm probably just gonna not care about it because, yeah. Okay, now we're just left with this. What we're gonna do is just pull down on these two. Sometimes these little red things can snap though if you push too hard. So now you just push and there it comes off like that. Some people find these Scots hard to actually do this with, but once you know the technique to do them, it's pretty easy. And last thing on the lens is this little thing here. This protects most of the lens. Sometimes that little plastic thing can actually scratch the lens as well. So yeah, you have to be quite careful with the roll-off system and the lenses. So what we're going to do now is just clean this up with some water and a sponge. This sponge is quite wrecked, so I'm just going to get a new one quickly. New sponge is acquired, time to clean. And that is how long the lens takes to clean. It literally takes like 5-10 seconds. And then it's basically done. Then what you want to do is just dry it off with like a microfiber cloth or a towel or anything like that. I'm just going to use a towel quickly. Okay, this is done, so this can be placed to one side. Next thing we're going to move on to is the plastic thing. I'm not really sure what you call this. I'll try and find the name of whatever it's called. Once the front and the back is clean, you want to make sure you get up in underneath this little tab here. I'm not sure if you can actually see it, but underneath this tab and underneath here will be some dirt. So I'm gonna make sure I do that. Okay, now this is fully clean. Now you just want to go through it with a towel again. This is done and it can be moved to one side. As you might already begin to see, this is becoming pretty repetitive. So what I'm gonna do is just clean these off and I will see you when we're putting it all back together. So the goggles have finished being cleaned and dried now by the washing machine. They look good as new. Now we're just gonna get in the process of putting it back together. And yeah, I'll let you come and join me for that. Okay, first thing we're gonna start off with, again, is just pulling up the four corners. Now that is done, first you want to move on to the lens. And what I do is get the plastic thing, put it over the edge, these two corners, these two stumps, and then put it over these two as well. And then it just slides over. Should look like this. We're moving on to actually putting in the lens, which is pretty simple, I think. Slide it in one side into the corner, like so, and then you push it in with the two little tear off things again. Then flip it over to the other side and do the same. Push it in and then it's in. And then it should look like this. As you can see, it's not perfect, but it shall do for now. Also, you got the little tabs at the top still not clipped in properly, and you just want to go around the edge really. So that's what I'm going to do now. Then you just want to make sure the nose piece is in properly as well, so you just push it tight, and sometimes you hear it click into place, and then normally after this is done in properly, you just click the 4 clickers down, and there you go, your lens is in. Just twist it, make sure it's in properly, and yeah. Next thing we're moving on is to the roll-off system again. Just as I showed you last time, make sure this is spread out into here. All you do is push the little red thing here down, and then it just clicks in once it's lined up with the pins. So again, just lift this up, move it over to the pins, line it up, push it down, and there you go, it's clipped in. Next thing we're moving on to is just the actual roll-off itself. I have a bag of roll-offs here. These are official Scott ones. You can buy the knockoff ones as well, but official Scott ones are probably the best ones, longer lasting ones. Sometimes I have a bit of problem getting them on because the little sticker here is actually quite short, I find. But anyway, just peel it off. I've got to have one of these plastic things as well. Peel it off, not all the way off, just once you peel it, this will happen. You get the sticker, and obviously you have to make sure this bit's facing up, and put it in the left side. This is how I do it. Put it in the left side first, move it to like halfway, and then get this, and there's like a little segment on it, like here, before it hits the top. Just line up this top piece here with the top of this plastic, and once you do that, just roll this over and stick it down, and then I roll it a little bit and make sure it's lined up. And after that, just you have to place it into the little yellow part, and there you go. Then I take a screwdriver, this little plastic tab here, you just lift this up and go underneath with a screwdriver, a knife, your fingernail, anything. And once you do that, that is set to go. Now you can just put the clips on again. Lift this up. Lift this one up. And there you go. And there you go. Nice clean pair of Scots. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video of me showing you how I clean my goggles. I know this is not a normal, typical video of me. Normally I upload vlogs. I've recently made a series called Rider Reviews. I've made 1 episode so far. Comment down below if you want me to make more how-to videos or rider reviews or vlogs. I'm going to make a poll up here. Anyway, I'm going to leave you with an edit of the goggles. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter, add me on Snapchat, share this video, and that is it. Peace out.